Do you sometimes forget who you are or forget to respond, especially when negative actions are thrown towards you? You may be suffering from childhood trauma. Hi, I'm Loveth Inamuka, and welcome again to this channel where we talk about your subconscious mind and how you can live your best life. Okay, so today we're talking about childhood trauma. The first thing that childhood trauma does to you is rob you of your identity. So you don't feel yourself, you are not sure of who you are. You won't know this because you'll be used to conforming to everybody around you, starting from your parents, your friends. You're not in touch with who you are many of the times. Okay, let's talk about the root of it. As a child, if you were any kind of abuse, verbal abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, being in a toxic environment, these things can traumatize your emotional well-being and you may not even be aware of it. But you realize that you're always second-guessing yourself, you're not sure of who you are many times, don't make decisions quickly and things like that. These are some of the signs that show that you may be suffering from childhood trauma. So I'm going to share some simple tricks on how you can get back your identity. I have some questions that you should ask yourself in your journey towards healing. Ask yourself some questions that help you know who you are. So I suggest that whatever answers come to your mind, write it down. This is like you meeting yourself. But first of all, before you do that, what's your living environment like? I realize that if you live in a place where you have people in your space and you have to kind of deal with their own energy, it may be very difficult to find out who you are. Find your own alone time. Feel yourself and sit down. Sometimes you can meditate, but being around nature can help you connect to yourself. Sometimes you may need your parents. Ask your parents, what was I like when I was a child? Maybe between 2 to 10. Find out who you are by tracing back. I remember as a child, I used to be curious a lot. I used to ask questions like, where's the boundaries of the earth? You know, that kind of questions that children don't ask. I mean, I was like 7, 8. The major thing you are trying to do is to get back your identity. After going through a difficult relationship, I had to do that for myself. So stayed away, had to get back my identity by asking questions. I always was curious. I think that's where my love for traveling came. Those are usually the happiest times of my life. So I check those things, I write them down. I love this. I love traveling. And then there are things about you may not like. So there was time I didn't like my voice, but now I'm embracing it. So the first thing you do is to accept who you are, even if you were defined by your past and your experiences. This is you finding your originality. That's number one. Then number two, what are your hobbies? Do you love to meet people? Do you love to watch movies? Do you love to read books? What are the things that you love to do in your pastime? These are ways to know who you are. Now, write them down. Also remember experiences you've had, just like I talked about traveling. Experiences you had that you loved a lot. Write them down. I love traveling, I love talking with people and stuff like that. So this is you finding out who you are. And these are all just questions to ask. Number 3 question to ask is, if I were to choose, what kind of career do I want to have? Some people will say things like, I've always loved to draw. And you can even like different things. Still write them down. Like me, I didn't like a 9-to-5 job. So I was not that kind of person. I just love environment where I relate more with people and all that. Whatever it is that you love in terms of work, reintroduce yourself to who you are. I know some of you might feel, but I already know these things. I don't need to make a list. But the idea of making a list is to feel it. Because sometimes you know you like ABC, but you don't really feel yourself in your own frame. So number 4, ask yourself, what's my love language? I'll put the link, if it's some of you that want to know more about love language, I'll put the link on the description. So what's my love language? I think there are 5 of them. We have words of affirmation, quality time, acts of service, physical touch, and gifts. You can have more than one. I've mentioned 4 things that you can use to know who you are. I'm reiterating now. So we talked about the questions that you ask yourself. What was I like as a child? And number 2, what are my hobbies? What do I love doing, my pastime? Number 3, kind of job, career would I love to do? What will I do without people paying me and I'll just enjoy doing it? Number 4, what is my love language? And if you have more ideas, you can comment in the comment section. And remember, we are talking about reintroducing yourself to you. Even if you have not dealt with childhood trauma. Like we said, childhood trauma robs you of your identity. You feel like you'll be rejected if you show who you are, speak up your mind, feel who you are. If you do this often, where you ask this question, have this list, accept yourself for who you are. Even if you have things you want to change, you first of all accept yourself and letting go of the past before you can even be able to make meaningful changes in those areas.